Hello, Gina here again. So I've got, the last time I was on here I had picked out the fabric and I got the front put down and the batting put down, and then I was going to put this down and sew it. So I've got it sewn, and now I'm going to very carefully pink around the edges, and that gets hard around these little areas here. Got some thread pulled through here. I don't like that. Well, I'll work with that one. You're not having to sit through it. So if you haven't watched my videos, I'm working on a Little House on the Prairie journal. It's a special order. And so far we're working on the cover. So I just kind of feel where the edge of that cardboard in there is. And then pink up to that. And then very carefully pink around the tie. I'm excited to get going on this. Get it made and sent to the owner. I hope she'll like it. I was just making sure this wasn't the side with the bookmark. So I hope she'll like the fabrics I've chose. I like to use calico for these. These are some old fabrics I bought at the local thrift store. They had a bunch one day when I was in there. And I bought almost all of it, and then I've regretted it ever since that I didn't buy all of it. There's another thread. Don't forget I got a bookmark there. It'd be terrible to put that in there and then cut right over it. Get it out of there. That would be bad. And I've decided I really like the batting put on the inside cover too, so I think that was a happy accident, and I'll do that all the time now. I'll save those. I might be able to use those in the journal. You never know when the tiniest little piece will be just what you need. So this is the right way up. Now, I have made some pockets. Okay, so I have this one that I thought would be good for a pen. So I kind of thought that one could go there. I have this one that's going to be a corner one. So I kind of thought that one there. And then on the front, I've got, oops, I don't like that, like that. Let me find my, okay. So I've got this one, which is rather large. I'm still not liking how that's laying. So I don't know if I want that on the front. Kind of wish I'd have made it a little bit smaller. Could be like that, and something slip in the side here. Kind of think I like that. So then maybe put this one oh, that's on the put this one right here, and then this one like that. Yep. Okay, but I'm going to switch it, and I'm going to put the pen one right here, and this one right there on the back. So, where'd my glue go? I got my timer set. Hopefully I won't forget that. I'm still not real happy. So I want to glue these sides. Probably ought to put I didn't sew that very far in. And I wonder if you can even see what I'm doing. Okay, so glue along this edge. Gotta wipe this off again. What do I do with my paper towel? Well, I have a paper towel. My refrigerator is making weird noises. Don't like that. Okay. Glue everywhere. So this is gonna go right there. And I love how pretty that looks with the calico behind it. So that one can have something slipped in right there. Okay. And this one, got glue on my fingers. Okay. So I just made these from a dresser cloth, a vintage dresser cloth that I have. Can't stand all this glue all over me. Okay. So we'll put this one like right there. Timer. I'm gonna have to beg my husband to go buy me some glue tomorrow. This stuff is so expensive. Alright, and then this one. This one will go right here. And I think I'm going to leave it all open in case she's got some brochures or some travel guides or something that she wants to stick in there, you know, while she's out during the day. And then, pretty sure she says she junk journals too, so she can, if she wants that down tighter. If you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, you can glue that down tighter if you want to, or let me know and I'll glue it down before I send it to you. But that might be a handy place to tuck little travel guides and stuff you find along the way of your travels. I hope I get some pictures from your travels, because you're making a trip I'd love to make. I'm gonna glue this little piece down right here, and this little piece, so that it doesn't cause trouble. Okay, so that's our journal so far. And then we have a little bookmark here. And I think I will put 3 signatures in here. And I gotta go grab something real quick. I want to show you the things that I've got ready to get going. But I left it in here. Alright, I've got my paper dyed. I haven't pulled out my regular tea dyed, so I'll get some of that. I'll have some that's brown tea dyed. This strangest thing, but I like it. I used a tea that when I put it on the paper I thought, oh dear, I hope that's not going to look like blood, because it was so red. I can't remember what kind of tea it was. It smelled yummy. It was a berry, something, berry zinger or something. But I thought, no, it's going to dry lighter than it was. It'll be a pink and it'll be good. It dried this pretty cool, kind of bluish brown. But I like it. So that's what I'm going to use. And, you know, I've got the blue cover So, I guess that's what it was meant to be. So I got several sheets of these, and it's got just random pieces. It looks like lace. This one's my favorite. I love that one. So I just got those. And some of them, look, some of them, there's the pink. That's the pink that it was looking. And then there's like purple in there. And then some kind of green. So I love the paper. I just don't know. And it smells so good. It smells good. So then I dyed this paper. Now I didn't do a heavy dye on this because in the past I've had a problem. I really like this paper for junk journals because it's very thin, and so you can have more pieces of paper in your journal than if you're using the thicker paper. But the problem with that is if you do a heavy dye on it, like you really soak it, then it can get real brittle. And I just lightly did this and it's not brittle at all. It's going to be fine. But so these are some of the papers that I've done. And I've got all of these dyed. I do have some line paper. This one I used a doily on. I used this one. I wanted to tea dye this, to use this in places in the journal too. This one I put some muffin things on top of. I like that. So, these are the papers. Look at that one. And some of them just turned out really, really light. I don't know. So it's kind of a weird... I've dyed lots of paper. I don't know what was going on. But I like how it turned out. It's just different. This one's very, very light. But I didn't want a huge... I just didn't want it to be that stark white. You know, because everything's so vintage looking. I love this one. But everything's so vintage looking, and then if you turn the page and you've got this stark, stark white paper, it just looks so weird. So, I will not be using all of these as pages, but, you know, for pockets and stuff. So, I've just got several. And this paper has more of a cinnamon smell to it. Then, let me set this up here so I don't bend any of it. I'll show you what I've got going. Well, I've got this one that I'm going to cut apart. And then whoa, I'm dumping everything. Well, I just threw a bunch of stuff on the floor. Let me grab it. I just make me a huge thing. And if I use it, I use it. If I don't, it goes back in my storage. But I like to have something that I'm drawing from for this, for my books. So I've got this pretty calico, and I liked this one, and of course the ticking fabric. And I like to use this, just cut up the flowers and layer them into clusters and stuff. Got this one, and this one. Just a random piece of crochet lace I found in my stuff. And then I've got several other calicos here I may or may not use. I thought this was pretty. Here's another one. I've got this little linen piece I found. I thought that was very pretty. Kind of look like prairie flowers maybe. Then I've got this quilt. And I don't know. I was kind of thinking like the edges. I don't really want to use the tulips, but I thought maybe some of these triangles. So we'll see what comes of that. I don't know about that yet. This, I know this is very modern. Sorry about that, my computer. But I like to have a fabric that's kind of a gauzy, you know, it's kind of real thin and it'll stretch and it'll fray. It'll look real pretty. So got also, I got these. Oh, I don't know what that gold stuff is. That does not belong in there. Got these that I thought I might tuck in between some pages. I'm not sure. I've got 2 of those. I've got this that I like that I might work in there. And I may cut these apart and use them. They may look too, I don't know, not sure. And then of course I've got the rest of the dresser scarf that I cut apart to make the pockets. I've still got one little lacy part here. I've got all the trim around the edge. And then the rest. Then, this sweater I was going to put in my yard sale in a couple of weeks. But I may cut that up and use that in there. I'm not sure. It's the opposite way of Little House. I'm not sure. So I went ahead and brought that in because all of my journaling stuff is out on my back porch. I keep it all out there in the containers. I brought this in. And then I liked some of this for layering underneath stuff. Things like this I just use as layering pieces. I might use this on the edge of a page. Got me some of this, some other scraps. This is the thread that I'm going to use. I love, love, love this thread. I hope I have enough to go all the way through the journal. I can't afford to go buy more. So I hope it'll work because this thread is $10 a spool. I got it at half price, so $5, but oh. But I used this on another journal and I really liked it, and I had to go buy another one to finish it. And so this is, I barely used it, so I'm hoping that'll work. Just some flowers. I've got some other laces in here. This is kind of a material that does what I was saying. I like to have something that just will fray. I've got this one, and this. I've got a couple flashcards. If there's, I can't remember if in the regular Little House on the Prairie book there's a school story or not. I'm not sure. And I've got just some other trims, seam bindings, and a rickrack that's old and stained, and I like that. I've got this one. So, and then this is just an old game tin. So I just fill it up, and I have it sitting beside me. I have it sitting on top of that container I showed in my last video that holds all of my, not all, holds a bunch of my laces and stuff like that, my laces and trims. So I have this sitting on top of it, and of course I've got all that lace and trim to pull from. I got more. But this is just what I pulled to get started. So, it's rather late at night here, so I won't get this going until tomorrow. So, but this is all these videos I've made so far have been today. That's why I'm wearing the same shirt in all of them. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you would leave me a comment and become a subscriber if you're not one. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.